Hey guys, Ronnie here. This week's episode is brought to you by NelsieSpencer.com. Everything Nelsie Spencer and Losing It is on NelsieSpencer.com. There you can find links to Nelsie's book, movie, and classes. Take Nelsie's writing classes or get one-on-one coaching and sharpen your writing skills. Take classes like screenwriting class and novel writing first draft. If you'd like to support the show, grab a couple things at the Losing It merch store where we have mugs, t-shirts, hoodies, hats like this one, the one I'm wearing, and much more. If you're watching this on YouTube, check out links to NelsieSpencer.com and other things such as the links to our equipment we use and all our social handles in the description down below. And if you want to contact us, tell us you love us, hate us, want to tell us you're losing a story and possibly have Nelsie read it on the show, email us at losingitcontact@gmail.com.
Losing it, losing it, losing it, losing it, losing it, losing it, losing it. If you got a story, we don't care if it's happy or gory, so come share your losing it story with us.
Hello and welcome to Therapy Thursday.
I'm Heidi Haddad, licensed clinical social worker. DM
And this is
me.
Nelsie Spencer.
That's not a word. Nelsie.
You know what? So cut all that.
No, don't cut it. No,
Let's start from the top.
No, we're starting.
Ronnie, take it away.
So,
Hey.
hi guys, welcome to Therapy Thursday. That is the crazy Heidi Haddad, but she's not crazy. She's just fun. She's just fun. And Ronnie Whaley, how you doing, buddy?
Hello.
Hello.
All right,
Now,
so
Ronnie's got a story to tell. He's hiding behind his mic, and it's very odd. What is going on?
I went through a phase, or I had a weird couple of days.
Start from the top. Oh God!
Well,
Oh God! Oh God! I feel it. Oh God! Oh God! Oh Nelsie, prepare yourself.
All right. It's strange. It was an interesting couple of days.
He's got a mustache, you guys.
Well, so what happened was that I was so sick
I love
that I wasn't able to do research or find stuff for this Thursday. But now I have stuff.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
my backup was I would have a mustache and we just talk about the mustache. So now I have everything.
But you have a mustache, and do you have a little soul patch going too? Is a little soul patch?
I do. That was the last second
Decision. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yes, it seems like maybe the whole thing could have been a last second decision.
Yeah. I have to say that this
planned.
mustache, and I hope this doesn't sound racist, makes it suddenly you have a Mexican vibe, right? Because it's got a certain look, like
It's my roots now.
yeah.
You know,
There you
we're
go.
bringing it back.
Bring back your
It
roots.
was part of the fever dream that I was having. Yeah. I had a lot of.
I need a mustache.
It was only a mustache. I thought maybe you'd lost a tooth. You got in a bar fight. I thought there was a chance that you had a really bad herpes sore. I didn't know what it was. So I'm glad.
I just
it's
want
only a
Nelsie.
mustache.
Should we just take a moment to talk about where your head goes when you're in wonder what's going on here?
Sure. Do we want to analyze it?
Nelsie's like, "Yay! It's about me. Let's do this."
What are we talking about?
I say that with love. Listen, I love your mustache. I love your soul patch. I love you, Nelsie.
It's too late. Yeah, no, I kind of like the mustache, and it does give you a whole different vibe. It's very interesting. Yeah.
It's not gonna last.
No,
It's
good.
Not gonna last.
Good.
Yeah.
So last night on Twitter,
Talk to us, baby.
I love when themes come out, which they always do. I find that I don't know if we've ever talked about this, but even in my therapy practice, there's themes. I don't know what within a day.
Ronnie's doing a lot of this.
I want it to look good.
Yeah. Don't worry. It looks how it looks. That's all.
So themes.
All
Sorry,
I
go
can
ahead.
say is it looks how it looks. That's all I can say. So themes,
Yeah.
Ronald.
Yes.
Yesterday, I had back-to-back clients who literally brought up the same topic that I wanted to say, did you hear what was happening in the session before this? Because that person was literally saying the same thing you were. I did not say that. Just interesting. It happens. It's consistent. Anyway, I'm not going to go there. So yesterday's theme was, there was a lot of talk of, a lot of questions about anxiety and depression and what can we do to not feel so crappy. And are there any fixes? Also, with respect to therapy, where people say they can't afford therapy. And I want to remind people out there that there are free options, there are low cost options, there are sliding scale options. There are services out there. I don't know where some people, I mean, obviously I don't know services across the country or even the world, but I know that they exist somehow, somewhere. And don't give up hope if you don't have the money or don't have the insurance to pay for it, that there are options. And also don't be afraid to ask if somebody offers sliding scale or they're willing to go.
What's sliding scale?
What can you afford? Like, so there's a scale, you can afford 50 and, right? Am I saying that correctly, Heidi?
Yes and no, but I think each practitioner or whoever's offering sliding scale could offer it differently. Some say I offer a sliding scale anywhere between 100 and 150, or some people say sliding scale and they know they have room for someone who can afford $50. Maybe those slots are booked and all they have room for is, some people have figured it out mathematically how many spots they can offer that are below their fee.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does that make sense? But
Absolutely.
some give them provide a boundary of, it has to be between this and this amount of money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Ronnie,
excellent.
I could see your face saying, well, why wouldn't people just offer to pay the least amount? And it's called...
It sounds like negotiable.
It is negotiable. But I think there's kind of the expectation, if you will, is out of mutual respect. And I really am having a hard time affording this. Not like, sweet, I can get a deal.
Yeah. Well, I can afford about $20. How's that sound?
And also, just P.S., you're coming in and you're talking about your stuff. So your therapist is it's not going to take too long for your therapist to realize that you have a lot of money and you're only paying them $20.
Right.
So I'm really good at negotiating. It's an issue of mine.
You said it was sliding scale. You didn't say who had to qualify.
So I was really upset when I was flying first class, and I got so upset. It took so long to get the champagne to me, and
so I went out and got a private plane because I had enough.
I was like, "Fuck this shit!" Right?
And what do I owe you? That 20?
20?
Oh, can I just do half now and half next week?
Actually, I didn't bring anything. Can I just? You're good. I can wait till
check.
All right, so we've got the theme of anxiety and depression.
Okay, and then the other theme was another question was about relationship, and that same idea of how long do I wait? We talked about this last week, I think. How long do I wait till I say enough is enough? And again, I want to say it's about you deciding when enough is enough. Nobody else can determine that for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just until you realize that you get to a point eventually that you're just not happy, or something's not working, and you say, I'm not doing this anymore. And that's the line. It could take you 17 years. It could take you 2 weeks. It's about you. And then.
But I do think, and don't you think, Heidi, excuse me for interrupting, don't you think that sometimes, because you think about certain people who stay in relationships and then, they literally end up murdered by their partner, and maybe they should have left earlier. So don't you think sometimes if you're in something that's really abusive, you should get help? You should tell somebody if you want to get out, but you can't seem to, then,
yes.
Ask for help.
Speaking about an abusive situation, but yes, if you're in an abusive relationship, yes, definitely seek help. Don't stay there.
Yeah.
But also, as you well know, because we've all watched Lifetime, that if you, especially you, Ronnie, I know you really like Lifetime, is that if you are in that situation, you're in an abusive situation, and even if you tell people, you have reasons for staying. He's gonna be better. It's not.
He said he was
but
sorry.
He loves me. I don't know why we're making it about him because it could be a woman, but
True.
they still have to be able to make that choice. I agree with you. I encourage them to reach out and get help, but they're not going to get help unless they're ready to receive that help.
True. Absolutely. That's absolutely true. Okay.
So I got this other, most people that reach out to me do it anonymously and just have asked me questions, or we have private conversations. And I really, again, I know I've said this, but I really appreciate the way people show up and engage. It's really
on when Heidi does Thursday night on Twitter.
Therapy Thursday
Heidi
Live,
Haddad or Head and Heart Therapy. Go, baby.
Thanks for the pitch. Okay. So somebody wrote, which I'm not going to read their whole thing, but they basically were talking about that they were in a hard place. And this email comes on the heels of all these people writing, I'm in a hard place. My life's been miserable this last year. I lost my job. I lost my wife. I haven't seen my kids in years, all of that, like one after the other of that. And then this person writes, this was really hard. This happened. I was just going through, I don't want to say it, but just going through various difficulties in his or her life. And then something happened, a pet died, somebody died. And they had this really lovely moment of grieving or mourning that. And then that something shifted in this person's perspective. And they started to realize that their responsibility in creating all that had happened before, the divorce, the loss, the stresses. Ronnie, I see your face. Am I being so vague that it's not clear?
No.
Okay.
I'm just listening intensely right now. It's crazy.
So he said he went on an apology tour, went to his ex and apologized for the way in which he had showed up in the relationship and why it hadn't worked and his part in it, and just kept going. And he started walking
Isn't
all the time.
Something that people do when they go sober?
It's a 12-step. Yeah. Step 9.
So it's very specific, Ronnie. Nelsie, whatever your name is, you. Right here.
The redhead. Yeah.
So he's reflecting and he's saying, looking back, I see how much my anger played a part in basically my destructive behavior and the ways in which it put a block in front of me. And I used this as a wall, and I realized that it's not working anymore. And for some reason, I would put up my guard to protect myself from getting hurt without realizing it was pushing everyone away. Now that I see the world by changing my point of view, even 1 degree, I saw the world in a whole new light and had what some might call an awakening. I feel like I was that dark, wandering, lost soul. And now that I've shaken that darkness, I feel really good outside of it, even though it feels like a snake with fresh skin, a little sore almost. And when my insecurities trigger, that darkness calls to me and tells me I have no business being out here outside of that shell, but I know there's no happiness and that I belong out here. But now that I'm here, I feel like I finished level 1 of a video game and I have to start level 2 without all the maps and weapons I used in level 1. I was like, bam!
Boom.
I'm like, can't I post that? It was so
that was
amazing.
beautiful.
It was beautiful. It was perfectly on point. It is the message that I'm consistently speaking to, whether it's Therapy Thursday or in my sessions, of just, if you change your perspective just a little bit, the whole world opens up.
Yeah.
And it's so different.
Absolutely.
I love that level 1 and level 2 of the games, but without the weapons. And that's true. If you've had this armor your whole life, once you let go of that armor, you're like that naked being in the corner going, how do I?
Right. And yet you've put down the armor, so you're lighter. So, and then, and oh God, I put that armor down and I'm still okay. I'm still alive. I'm still me. So it's liberating, and yet it's unfamiliar because the armor's familiar and it's cozy in a way even. So it's big change.
It's safe.
Exactly.
It's totally safe. And now you're out there naked and alone, and all the things that you think are coming at you will come at you, but how am I going to deal with it?
Yeah. And I actually it's funny because I called Heidi earlier this week because I was feeling all this anxiety and depression, and I haven't really felt that in a long time. And I just was like, I sort of felt like, oh, I've gone on to level 2. I might even be on level 4 of the game, and I'm not ever going back to level 1, So when I was feeling anxious and depressed and sort of, and a fairly not nice dose of sort of self-hate, and a little bit of shame, I was like, fuck, man. So not only am I feeling bad, I'm feeling bad that I'm feeling bad, because surely if I've gone back to level 1, it's because I fucked up somehow. And what was great is that Heidi was like, well, I just want to remind you that, when those voices in your head come in, that you give yourself a positive affirmation that's the opposite of that. Am I paraphrasing it correctly, Heidi? And it was just sort of like those voices that are telling you you're a piece of shit, or you fucked up, or what's wrong with you? Why would you feel sad? Why would you feel anxious? I thought you were over this. That when those voices come, you combat them with a different voice that is, whether it's gratitude, or I'm perfect the way I am, or it is safe to be sad, or whatever. And that was really helpful.
I'm glad that was helpful. Also, I want to say it's not really combating as much as it is a countering of it, right? So if you're saying something negative to yourself, if you can notice it, slow yourself down enough to notice that you're having that negative thought and say, oh God, I'm beating myself up right now. All right. I am love, I am enough. I am whatever that your affirmation can be for that moment, or always. The other thing that I want to say is that game analogy is so great too, because when you're doing levels of a game, if you get to that 4th level, you could go back to the first level, but you don't stay there so long. Right. In the same way.
Yeah.
So, because now you know how to get out of it in a way that when you're on the level 1, you're on level 1 until you learn enough or figure it out to get to level 2. And so when you say, I'm not going to go back, it's like, well, let's remember that we can go back to level 1, but that it'll be brief because we know how to get out of it.
Yeah.
But actually, also I noticed that, I'm sorry, Ronnie, when people are in level 1, when they go back to level 1, they think like, how did I slide back here? And and self-flagellation, just like you were talking about. But then they forget, they don't realize that it's not going to take so much to get out of it. Ronnie, to you.
I was just going to say, that video game analogy is actually something I've worked with a lot. Do you guys know the game Sims? Mm-hmm. Sims. How do you know this?
Is it old, sir?
It's pretty old. It's
old.
Simulating families and people, and right.
It's basically like life simulation, right? So it's basically just the simulation of life. And I remember when I used to play that game a lot, and you would have to do things in that game to do certain things that if you actually did, sometimes if you were doing in your real life, there would be a lot more emotion attached. Right. Oh, I can't do this because it'd make me feel this way, or I can't do this because my body's not willing, or mentally I can't do it. But if you're playing Sims, it's so much easier. And I kind of look at life similar in that way now, where it's like, well, what if I just took all emotion out and just looked at it the most logical way possible, before I enter, all the emotions and stuff. So if I need to do something to get to level 2, and these are the certain things I need to do, and what's stopping me is really just myself, I think about Sims. Be like, oh, just do these things, all the things that are stopping you, which are, most of the time the mental barrier. It's easier to understand that if it's only you, then that's the only thing that's stopping you. You know what I mean? That's a piece of advice that I gave to my brother last week. Because he was in a slump because he was having trouble graduating, or not graduating, but getting through school, because he's doing home, school from home or whatever. And it's really tough to get motivated to do it when you're at home. And I just told him you just gotta pretend your life is a video game at this point, because you just need that piece of paper to get onto the next level.
I like that. And so in a way, you're saying the same thing that Heidi's saying. It's combating that voice, instead of combating that voice, there's a level of detachment where you're like, oh, well, I'm thinking this. What?
Countering.
Yeah, instead of combating, you're countering. Right.
Right. You're not fighting it. Right.
Exactly.
You don't fight
exactly.
the voice. You just
exactly.
see that it's
and
there. How you
and
doing?
so if
flick it off your shoulder.
Yeah.
And then I am love.
Yeah. And then if you are looking at your life like a video game, then you're also creating detachment. So it's that detachment that helps to create the change.
Like something outside the box.
Yeah. Yeah. When I have clients who writing clients that are working with me, and I give them notes and they have to go back, and I'm like, well, they feel overwhelmed at the end of the session. They're like, oh my God, I have to rewrite this. Like they're almost like mad at me. And it's sort of like the same thing. Well, yes, exactly. That's what Heidi says. It's like the same thing. It's like, well, but you did this before. You've been here before. We were like, I can't fucking believe I have to do these rewrites. And then once you get into them and you make the changes, you're like, that's right. I have these skills and I can do this. So the idea of it sometimes is worse and harder.
It's coupled with, Nelsie was right.
Yeah, right. Oh, I can't believe she's right. And she's always right. And oh my God.
No,
she's so
there's
smart
been one
and
time
she's so
recently.
pretty.
There was one time. Wait, what? There was this one time recently where there was some note that you had given and I'm going over it. And I'm like, I finally said, fuck it. I don't have to listen to her. I don't want to put that in there. And I moved on. Whoa.
Oh, shit.
It's a tiny note.
God.
It was so
sorry.
insignificant.
We're going to have to end our professional relationship. No. Yeah. You only do it if it resonates.
This is a run-on sentence.
Right. She's like, I'll run on this. And then she deleted eight more periods. And she's like, fuck you, bitch. I'll show you run on. Have you ever read Nabokov?
No period.
Did you ever read Lolita? For God's sake. Okay. Yeah. All right.
Let's move on. Let's move on. What do you guys got? What do you got, Stashy?
I got TikTok stuff.
You got some TikTok stuff. Let's do it, baby.
All right. Explain to me this real quick.
Riddle me this.
Explain
Batman.
this to me.
Dad, I was hiding in the bathroom earlier. Why do you keep a python in your pants?
That ain't no python, girl. You weren't supposed to be in there. You're too young to see them kind of things.
But, Dad,
Lexi and I were talking earlier.
I got it.
Yeah, Lex.
Can we smoke some more to go with your new cat?
Yeah, Lex, we can do it. Hey, girl. Hey, go get that mouth. Nom, 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 nom. Yes, sir. Goddamn aggravated. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing myself. Oh my God, I've done smoked 15 fucking blunts and it ain't helped yet. What the fuck is going on today? Oh. Hey, Lexi, who's your friend?
Okay, this is too. You got to stop, Ronnie. I can't take it.
I know, I can't. I feel like,
what is going on?
Dino, cut that out. I can't even. I can't even address that.
TikTok's so weird.
Does he have followers?
Yeah, I mean, it's not famous.
7. Okay. Yeah, no, that's frightening to me.
Yeah,
that's frightening.
I don't understand. I couldn't understand what he was saying. Was that on purpose? I needed
I have no idea.
the words.
No,
I needed
you need the
captions underneath. Yeah. I can't speak to it because I didn't understand what was happening. And
I don't think that even matters.
Got scared. I was scared.
No, it scared me. It scared me. Like
was he talking about was he child? Was there pedophilia going on there?
There was something about a python in my pants, and you shouldn't be in the bathroom. I don't know. All I know is that.
But he was talking to the toy. He's talking to the toy.
Was he?
That's a good point.
Or was there a 7-year-old off camera?
But I mean, he's like level-headed enough to like dye his hair that way.
Yes.
I mean,
right?
It's pretty good.
How do we?
The dye is pretty good.
I think that's definitely what we need to focus on.
You got to give him.
It's pretty good.
How do we know that someone else didn't do it?
You got to give him
because
props.
he wouldn't be allowed in public. That guy. Honestly,
I don't even. Do you have another TikTok that's better than that?
It's look how bright it is.
Like, oh my God. It is. You did do a very nice job. You're right.
Look,
Right?
and the
Color is
hair
nice.
matches the tank top. Am I right? The hair
Ooh.
matches the tank top.
Am
And
I
they're-
right?
Amazing, honestly.
Am I right?
I really don't like government overreach. I don't, but I do think there should be a government mandate that
Stop it,
someone
don't
of
say
that age should not be able to wear a tank top. Is that a horrible thing to say?
That is.
That
kidding.
before the
That
hair?
was terrible. Nelsie, seriously, that was terrible.
No, I know. It's really horrible. And
Yeah.
I knew
That was good.
I was being provocative. I was being provocative.
Unkind is the word I would use.
No, it was really unkind. You're right. You're
Yeah.
right. I know. Because
Would you like someone to say that to you?
No, because and you know what? My arms aren't looking that great. I gotta say, they're
It's
not.
not about your arms, about anything. Someone at your age shouldn't ...
I know it's very mean, and I hate myself
offensive.
for it.
Good.
I know.
I mean, I hate to be the therapist that says you should, but
That kind of self-hate, I'm on board for. Yeah, I want you to shame yourself
when you're
terribly
mean
right now.
to
What
someone
do you mean?
else,
Yeah.
what can I?
Yeah,
how
just-
do I protect you? How do I help you?
How can I help you? Except to say shut up and you should hate yourself right now.
All right,
So-
Ronnie.
Do you got anything else, Ronnie?
Yeah. I got more.
Do you have something better?
It's
Did you
not
see
more
what I-
upsetting, is it?
No, this is a lot less. This is more mundane, but it's interesting because it has to do a lot more about my millennialism on them.
Millennialism.
And, yeah. Well, there's this trend on TikTok, basically called #toxic tips, which people are just showing, giving tips on how to be toxic in relationships.
No. As if anybody
Wow.
needs a tip.
Yeah,
But okay.
exactly. Yeah.
It's pretty creative. I'm going to teach you some toxic tips. This is tip number 11. This one is for the ladies, but I guess guys can do this one too. If you've been talking to a dude for a while and he tells you he just wants to be friends, do this. Sleep with one of his friends. If you do this, they'll most likely get jealous and they'll wonder if you were really into them like that. If you don't want to go that far, you could probably just, start talking to one of their friends. Depending on the type of guy, there's a possibility of them chasing you after that. Stay toxic, my friends. So is that right? Like,
Ronnie, are you wondering whether you should take his tips?
that-
Is that what you're wondering?
wondering,
Should he be my new mentor? Is that what you're wondering? First of
that's
all,
wrong or right?
yeah. I just think the choice of the white overalls and one thing undone. It's just an interesting choice.
Wow. Nelsie,
Fashion.
really?
I know.
You are
I know.
incredibly critical right
I'm so
now.
shallow.
I
know.
But the funny thing is, that's what you pointed out of everything.
I
You just said
know.
the most
Really.
horrible thing.
No,
It's
no.
like, yeah,
well,
but the
I knew-
tank top, though.
I knew we'd get to that. I just thought, yeah.
Do you want people
at-
to watch this and say, look what Nelsie's wearing?
Yeah, that's fine.
Really?
Not,
That's what you want them to focus on?
No. But if they do notice it, I want to make sure
put
they
your
like it.
grown-up panties on.
No.
Okay,
yeah,
so
no, you're
Nelsie,
right.
I'm going to take it from here. Thank
Stay
you.
toxic.
Thank you.
Stay toxic is just weird. What does that even? I mean, I know what it means, but I find it frightening. Go ahead, Heidi. You're the therapist.
I will say that it's not. What will I say?
It's awesome.
Come on, people. Can't we? Why aren't we putting out tips of how to be better and how to be smarter or conscious or thoughtful or better communicators to Stashy? Why aren't we doing that?
It's so distracting.
So I think that this guy, I think it's great. I think
it's
I
great.
don't, it's great advice.
It's fantastic.
I don't know. It's a sad story. Let's see some other ones on that level. Do you have other ones that are toxic?
Well, I guess
Yeah,
I
I
do.
think yeah, go ahead.
Now say you're done.
Well, what I want
You're
to
out.
say is that
Nelsie,
what I
you're
want to
out.
say is the what I want to
Mute
say
her.
is that what I want to say is that it's here we are in 2021 and the issue is still if a guy says he wants to be friends. I mean, that is such an old, not to say that it's not necessarily still relevant, but that old. And I heard somebody talking about it on another podcast that no guy, if a guy says he wants to be friends with you, if a heterosexual guy says he wants to be friends with a woman, it's never the truth. That issue is still up there. And
what's her name? What's his name? The guy who does that game show? The guy with the mustache.
which game show, honey? You got to be a
Really
little more
narrows it
specific
down,
for
buddy.
me.
Really narrows it down. How many of
Who's
us
it-
watch
who-
game shows?
game show with the mustache. He's bald. He's black.
Oh,
He
the
has-
black guy. Oh,
Yeah.
God.
with the mustache. He's
Yeah,
bald.
we both know who you're talking about. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
No one knows his name.
I know who you're
Anyway.
talking about. People are shouting at the podcast right now.
Well, that guy, he was been quoted
All
saying
2
that
followers.
he said that that every time a guy says they want to be just friends with a girl, it's always a lie. He said this.
Yeah.
He's like, that's why I don't have any friends with females, because my wife would never believe me. He said this, and it was just kind of crazy that he said that. You know, he was like,
Yeah.
Family Feud. Family Feud.
What the hell is his name?
Pat Sajak. Just kidding. No, it's not.
Alex Trebek.
No.
You know Alex and all of his opinions that he had.
He's going to look it up. We hear you on your keyboard. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah,
When
no.
a guy says he just wants to be friends, he's lying to you?
He has
Why?
an ulterior motive.
Right. As
Why?
a
Why
straight
would he
man
lie?
isn't
Steve Harvey.
able. Steve Harvey, thank
Harvey.
you. A straight man is not able. He's either not able to be friends with a straight woman,
No,
or
but that's a different
wouldn't
story.
want to be.
But I feel like that's a different story. We're in different categories here. If you are interested in a guy and he says, I just want to be friends, you think he's lying? I call bullshit. Why wouldn't he? If you're interested in him and he says, sorry, I just want to be friends, what is his ulterior motive?
That's a good point. Yeah.
If in the Harvey story, thank you.
Got some
That's
white
him.
teeth going on, man.
If you do your Nelsie, if you say anything negative about one more person, I'm coming
That wasn't.
over there.
I said he's got some
coming
white teeth.
over there.
That was a compliment. He's got some white teeth going on. He's
Why
got some
is
great
white teeth a compliment? Maybe yellow teeth are beautiful too.
Oh God.
That's not true.
Let's
That's
just
not
call
true.
that. Well, listen, first of all, we're on 2 different subjects. Ronnie, if you just shave right here a little bit, you could be just like him.
That's, I don't know. His mustache is just
It's full.
amazing.
It's very nice. He definitely has somebody helping. So second, according to him,
Dash person is a person.
according to Steve,
Yeah.
his wife isn't comfortable with him being friends because she doesn't trust him.
But
with
he
these
believes
ladies.
it too.
Okay, well, so, I mean, allegedly, you don't know this guy, but okay, and
Let
okay,
me see
but
if I can find the
fine.
clip.
But he's saying, but that's different than a girl liking you and the guy saying, "No, thank you. I just want to be friends."
I have a story, by the way, that's very similar to this. That we
How much more time do we have?
I don't know. How long
All
are we
right.
doing today?
20 minutes. What's your story?
We're past that. So
That ship has sailed.
yeah.
Nelsie's mad at me.
A little bit.
Well, oh, here. You want to see the clip?
Which clip, honey?
The
That's.
Steve Harvey clip
Nelsie,
where he's
come
talking
back.
about.
Nelsie, come back.
Here,
I'm back. Go ahead, baby.
there we are.
I love you, Nelsie.
All of my friends are men. I don't have female friends. I don't. I'm incapable of that.
Why? What do you mean?
Well, because come on.
Because you have a wife.
Well, I have a wife, and I don't really have female friends because look. Okay, let's get rid of this myth right
wanna
here.
know why.
Okay, I'm gonna
Why
tell you
can't
this. Let's get rid of this right there. You're an attractive woman. There's some guy somewhere saying, "Yeah, we're friends." No, that's
I'm
not.
going to have to sleep with you.
He's your friend only because you have made it absolutely clear that nothing else is happening except this friendship we have. We remain your friends in hopes that one day there'll be a crack in the door, a chink in the armor, and trust and believe that guy that you think is just your buddy, he will slide in that crack the moment he gets the opportunity.
And you
Because
think
we're
most
guys.
men think this way?
99.9%.
Do you
of
think
us.
slide in that crack is a euphemism?
And you tell this to a woman.
A
and just
double
goes-
entendre?
No, I have male friends. You have male friends because they know it can be nothing else right now. I tell you what, all your male friends, just ask them in a friendly way. If I wanted to date you, would you be okay with that? And watch the fireworks. Watch.
I'm going to ask all my straight male friends in a friendly way. In a friendly way. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think that's true. I think that that's true for some people. It's definitely true for Steve Harvey.
Situation.
Yeah, it's definitely
Seems like
true.
it.
Yeah, he was committed to that for sure. But I don't think that that's true for everybody. No freaking way.
I think it's situational.
Do you want to sleep with every one of your female friends, Ronnie?
No.
Do you want to have sex?
Ooh.
Do you want to slide into that crack?
If a crack opened, would you slide in? That's the question.
Definitely not. No.
Are you thinking about it? Are you going through the lady
He's
Yeah,
going
well,
through the
it's-
list.
it
He's
was-
going through the list.
It's your fault that you're doing this to me. You made this happen to me. You know what I mean?
us?
Yeah, I mean, you asked
you
me.
just said, do you want to?
Yeah.
And so he's going through the list. How could he not?
Yeah, how could I not?
But according to Steve Harvey, it's everybody.
Yeah, right.
And there-
Every
I'm
male.
sure, Ronnie, there's somebody in your list of female friends that you might go there with. Whether you thought about it or not, you might consider it if they came a knocking. However, every single one of
I
them.
feel attacked. I feel attacked right now.
Oh yeah, no. I don't think she means it that way at all. No.
Ow,
She's
what's
just no, because he feels no.
Nelsie, translate.
I think that
help me
I think that
understand what
Ronnie
crazy
already
he's
I think
talking
Ronnie
about.
already made the point that no, he's not Steve Harvey, and he's not waiting for every single one of his female friends.
Isn't that what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah,
how
I
was
just
the
think he's
attack?
agreeing with you. I don't know. I think he just got nervous because he has female friends. He has female friends going, oh, so he doesn't want to fuck me? Fine. Fuck you, Ronnie. I don't want to fuck you. Did you know that? So there.
Am I one of the ones? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to have a conversation about it.
In which category am I, Ronnie? Because guess what? You know what? We're not even friends anymore. So just bye-bye. I think that's what went on for him. He got a little bit of a panic.
It's too much.
Yeah.
Too much.
Nelsie, ask Ronnie in a friendly way if he feels that way about you.
Oh God! Come on! Stop. Should have done this.
So I'm looking for a new co-host for Losing It. And,
Wait, who are you getting rid of? Just curious. Which one of us?
No, that's a whole other thing. Yes, I am looking for a new therapist, but I'm also looking for a new co-host for no. I adore Ronnie. Ronnie adores me, and come on. Thank God there's a 40-year age difference. So
Because if Doug suddenly up and leaves, Ronnie, watch out. Nelsie might be coming for you.
Oh
Yeah.
God. And
Yeah.
you,
This got so weird.
this woman disses me for mentioning that a guy has only put one half of his overalls on, and this is the woman who shamed me, like so endlessly for that, and yet she's like, suggesting just putting weird
done
sexual
yet? Are you
vibes
done?
between me and Ronnie. No, I'm not. I am not. I'm so
Just cut to
horrified
that.
that
You now have weird sexual vibes with Ronnie.
That's all Heidi wanted. That's all Heidi
my
wanted.
God. Now her work here is done. She's not even going to do therapy Thursday anymore. She's done.
You enjoying this right now?
I mean, I'm
sweating.
overwhelmed.
Oh God. All right. So thanks, guys. This has been a great
Interesting.
episode. That's all the time we have for this. Really. Wow. Yeah. So
Toodaloo.
I might need a therapy appointment after this.
not with her.
I think
not
Nelsie does
with
too.
her. I can recommend somebody good, Ronnie.
Is her name
But-
Heidi?
So, guys, thanks for joining us. I think the takeaway here is
My face hurts.
the takeaway here
What
is
is the takeaway?
I do not know. The takeaway
Nelsie
here
doesn't like
is
the one-on, one-off overall. Nelsie likes really white teeth. And
Heidi loves to critique me.
Nelsie's oddly
God.
uncomfortable about the idea of her and Ronnie sexually. That's it. Okay.
Yeah, oh my God. I think
which-
we're all uncomfortable with that.
Yes, we're all. You have. You know what? You've
I'm
ruined
not
it. You've
uncomfortable at
ruined.
all.
You've ruined.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you've ruined my relationship
you're
with
so
Ronnie.
surprised.
Thank you so much. Okay, so
I feel fine. I feel fine.
Yeah. Let's
so-
end this already.
Yeah, goodbye.
Let's do that.
We're done.
Click.
We're done.
Click.
Did you?
Are
End
we
it?
really not going to plug? Are we not going to plug?
I
anything?
can't. You have to
Nelsie's
plug.
like,
I'm
"Oh, you
too.
done? Is this it?
So you
End it.
can
End
you
it
can
so
follow
fast.
Heidi on Twitter at Heidi L Haddad. I don't recommend it.
She's so
I don't
bad.
recommend it. And you can DM us on Instagram at Losing It Podcast. You can follow us on Twitter, on Facebook. We're on YouTube. I'm not going to point to my vagina
plug
because
dance.
Heidi will make a comment. But tell your friends, rate,
to
review,
beat
and
me to the
subscribe, and be kind to yourself and others, except for
Nelsie.
Heidi Haddad.
Says
Goodbye.
Nelsie, who's been criticizing people on TikTok.
My God. Toots.
Losing it. You came and you listened to the story. I hope so much that it didn't make you sorry, and I hope so much that you'll come back again.
Losing It, hosted by Nelsie Spencer. Produced by me, Ronnie Whaley. Theme song by Hunter Williams. Follow us online on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and all podcasting platforms at Losing It Podcast. Viewers can email Nelsie with questions or comments about life, writing, comedy, or even your own Losing It story for a chance to be on the Losing It Podcast at losingitcontact@gmail.com. For everything Nelsie and everything Losing It, visit us at nelsiespencer.com.